Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to continue with the further part of the fourth lesson of geography, weather and climate. Okay, so now let's get started. So here on page number 20, they are asking us, can you tell? Based on that, we are going to answer some questions. Okay, so students, on the screen you are able to see different types of clothes. Yes, and we all use varieties or different types of cloth every time. Yes, so did you ever notice why do we bring different clothes at different times? Correct. The main reason is the change in the seasons. Yes, so yes, the main reason for this is the change in the season. As the season changes, we change our clothes according to the season. So how many seasons are there? Can you tell me? Yes, we have three main seasons in our country. They are summer, winter and rainy, which is also called as monsoon. So the summer season is experienced in the month of February, March, April, May. Winter season in the month of October, November, December and January. And rainy season or the monsoon season in month of June, July, August or September. Okay, so see here. So students, now you can see in your textbook they are asking us, can you tell? Yeah, they are asking us few question in it. So you all have experienced these different seasons in your life, isn't it? That is the summer season, rainy season, winter season. Yes, and on basis of your experiences you are going to answer these questions. Okay, so the first question what they are asking is that in which months do summer, the rainy season and winter occur in a year from January to February? Show it in a chart. So at the beginning of this video we have discussed it, isn't it? So you can write it down when we are experiencing summer season, rainy season and winter season. Next, which special clothes do we use if it is raining? Which clothes do we use if it is raining? Yes, correct students, raincoats. Yeah, you can write there in pencil. When do we use woolen cloths? Correct, we wear woolen cloths during winter season. Yes or no? Because in winter season the environment is cool. Yeah, atmosphere there, whatever we experience, it is cold. Yeah, so we have to wear woolen cloths. In which season do we mainly use thin cotton cloths? Correct, we use thin cotton cloths in summer season because it's very hot, and to maintain that heat we are going to use, or we use cotton cloths in summer season. Okay, so after this we are going to study based on this about the next point of the lesson, that is climate. Okay, so see here children. So students, you might have noticed that each season, that is summer season, winter season, rainy season, last for particular period, isn't it? Means for 4 months at least we have this each season. Yes, and this each season occurs at particular time of the year. Yes, so the scientists observe the weather in a region for many years, and with help of these studies they define the mean weather condition. So what is it called? Listen, the average weather condition of a place observed over a long period of time is the climate of that region. Means the scientists are observing that particular region, and if in that particular region for many days the weather is cloudy and then rainy, then what do they decide? That particular period of time is in that area has rainy season. Okay, So the average weather condition, average weather condition of a particular place over a long period of time is called the climate of that region. So the climate is generally expressed as cool and dry, or we can say hot and humid, or we can say hot and dry. Okay, so in this way mostly we can express the climate. Next, the weather is changing quite often, isn't it? And because of that we see the changes in the temperature, wind, humidity, etc. Yes, so when you go from Kankavli to Amboli, you will see the weather is changing. Yeah, but if you will call back for the any person at your home from Amboli, if you are staying in Kankavli, and if you call the person, any member of your family from Amboli, if you have reached Amboli and you are calling your family member who is there in Kankavli, then at the same time you can come to know the weather in Amboli and weather in Kankavli is quite different. Yeah, so weather is changing quite often, and at that time itself, wherever you are there, in that place also weather will change quickly. Yeah, now think nowadays it is rainy season, but you can see we are having hot sun nowadays. Yeah, but in afternoon we had cloudy weather, but in evening we had good, the clouds had gone away, it didn't rain at all. Yeah, so weather is changing quite often due to the changes in temperature, wind, humidity. Okay, and we all always experience these changes, isn't it? So a sum total of all these elements define weather, and this only affects our day-to-day activity, and it also affects our lifestyle. Yes or no? Nowadays it's rainy season, but sometimes if it is hot, and hot climate means if it has stopped raining and if you want to go in market, you don't carry umbrella, but suddenly if it starts raining, then you will be wet in that rain, isn't it? So that time to cover yourself you don't have umbrella, isn't it? So this weather, whatever is there in our around ourselves, that is affecting our day-to-day activities, and it also affects our lifestyle. So in summer season we don't wear too much heavy dresses, we have to wear thin cotton cloths, isn't it? But in winter season you can wear heavy dresses, worked ones, so that you don't feel too hot. Yes or no? So always remember that weather affects our day-to-day activities and also our lifestyle. Elements of weather are taken into consideration while we are describing the climate. Yes, so whenever you want to describe a climate, you have to consider the elements of weather. Okay, so now we have learned that for describing the climate we should consider the elements of weather. So here on the screen you are able to see the different elements of weather. They are temperature, air pressure, wind, moisture, precipitation, etc. Let us now study each one of them in detail. So the first element is temperature. You all are familiar with it, isn't it? When you feel hot, yeah, means we say the temperature has increased in the atmosphere. So see students, our earth's surface gets light or heat from the sun, and because of the sun only we are having warmness or heat on our earth. Yes, and what happens because of this? The surface of the earth gets heated up. Yeah, you can see the red arrow. The sun rays first fall on the earth, and then our earth gets heated up, and as the earth gets heated up, the air which is close to the earth, that also starts becoming hot. letter one by one layers. You can see the different layers on the screen. Yes, so this layers means this spheres of one by one starts getting the heat. Okay, so different layers of air at higher elevation starts receiving the heat, and therefore students, when we move upwards from the sea level, the temperature of air decreases. Now you will say that when the sunlight falls, it first passes through the air, upper air. Yes, so or upper sphere, exosphere. Then exosphere should get more heat. No student, it's not like that. Heat first sunlight falls on the solid surface. So what is the solid surface here? Earth. And then it is reflected into the atmosphere. Okay, so first the earth get heated up, and then you can see the different layers get the heat. So near earth the heat is more, and as we go upwards the temperature becomes low. Okay, so always remember, on the earth and the air around the earth has more heat compared to the higher altitudes. That is, if you will go in exosphere, there the temperature will be very low. So when you are on the land, it's very hot, but as you climb the mountains and go at a higher height, you feel cool there, because at higher altitudes temperature is low. Okay, same thing happens on the earth from the equator. Yes, from the equator towards the pole, the temperature goes on decreasing. We have already studied that sun's rays fall perpendicular near the equator. Yes or no? So near the equator there is lot of heat. But as we move from equator to the North Pole and from equator to the South Pole, the temperature goes on decreasing. Let us now study about the next element. Before that students, you can see some image on the screen. Yes, you can see a football and few dupattas are kept on that football. As we can see that the dupattas are forming the layers, isn't it? So here we are going to consider this football as earth, and the dupattas, different colors, you can see different colors dupattas are kept folded on each other. Yeah, so we will consider the topmost dupatta, downmost dupatta as troposphere, next stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere and thermosphere. So the topmost means pink color one, you can see it's thermosphere. So here we will imagine this is our earth and the atmosphere around earth, which has this 5 sphere. So based on this we are going to learn our next element, that is air pressure. See students, air has weight. Yes or no? Air is having weight. How will you understand? Now see, when we keep the first dupatta, that is the dupatta indicating troposphere, on that we will keep other dupatta, next dupatta, next dupatta. So this upper dupattas will give pressure on the down one. Yes or no? Same way, air, upper layer of air gives the pressure on the below one. Yeah, this tells us that air also has weight. When you will feel the air in a balloon, and if you will wedge it, balloon will have certain weight. Yeah, that also tells us that air has weight. Or when you blow balloon and afterwards if you open its mouth, you can see the air coming out and you can feel it. If you take it near your hands, you can feel that air coming out, and that it gives certain pressure. Yeah, that tells us, that pressure tells us that air has weight. So always remember, air has weight, and as a result, if it has weight, surely it will create pressure, and that is called as air pressure. And always remember, the lowermost layer of air is getting subjected to the pressure of the upper layers. Means upper layers are exerting pressure on the lower layers. Yes, so there is greater air pressure near the surface of the earth and it decreases with increasing heights. You can see it in the diagram. Near the surface of the earth we have greater air pressure, but as we move high up in the atmosphere the pressure decreases. Okay, this is called as vertical air pressure. What is it called as? Vertical air pressure. And in the same way children, we are having horizontal air pressure also. These changes also occur in horizontal manner and that gives rise to winds. Yeah, so when you feel the winds, you can say some from one direction it is coming. Yeah, that tells us that there is also horizontal air pressure. So students, in this video we had learned about the climate and we learned that the climate, describing the climate is dependent on the elements of weather, is it? So we have studied the first two elements. I hope you have understood about it. So go through the video, listen it carefully, read the given whatever I have taught, that same content from the textbook you are going to read it and you are going to understand the concepts. Okay, so we'll stop here. And in next video we will study the next elements of weather and also study about climate and learn to differentiate between weather and climate.